I had not wanted to see this place again.
Why not?
I was afraid it would be like this. The same. Not a stone out of place.
You would rather that Majestic 12 had burned it down?
I would rather... No, let's go. Only in novels do places crumble to dust for no reason when their spirit is lost.
Your mother?
Lead the way. I no longer have a key. We must find my mother's secret computer room, where she did all her work. A place she kept hidden, even from me.
Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deus Ex. Last episode we walked through the streets of Paris and we met up with the late Beth DuClare's daughter, Nicolette. And she's taken us to a very nice mansion here. And we need to find where Beth kept her secret computer, where she did all her secret Illuminati stuff. So the front door to the house is locked, so we're going to go through the back.
Crazy. I lost my virginity out here. I believe Mom was out conspiring to get me into La Sorbonne at the time.
I'm pulling up the floor plan. An old summer home built during the Third Republic. It's been vacant since Miss DuClare's assassination. Hopefully these elegant rooms contain some clues about the DuClare family's involvement with the Illuminati.
My mom had that couch flown in from Portugal. Exactly the same as what she could have bought at La Samaritaine, except that it was once graced by the bottoms of a royal family. The maid did all of the cooking, but Mom always picked out the wine. She was the only one with a key to the cellar. Funny, you know, when I was a little girl, I used to play in the dumbwaiter that goes up to Mom's room. Amazing I didn't break my neck.
Exclusive Bob Page interview. Affaire La France. AF. And now France. BP. Yes, France. France and Europe have prospered for thousands of years. It would be foolish to ignore the economic and cultural opportunities that exist here. The country is a huge reserve of talent in all sectors of the workforce, and Page Industries is looking forward to recruiting the best and the brightest. But what about the turmoil that seems to be afflicting much of the continent? The rise of the radical splinter groups such as CLoWnn and CLoWnn. Intimidation through violence is the last resort of the weak. These groups are composed of nothing but frustrated, gullible individuals. We have a very effective security organization that will be working with both local and national authorities to minimize whatever potential for actual harm they present. So you see yourself working closely with the government. Very closely. Well, Bob Page isn't doing much to hide his crazy power level, so it would be... Oh, Nicolette actually closes doors for you. Well, that's nice.
I don't know if this will help, but I used to use that computer whenever I was at home. The last time was just before my mother was killed. The login is Nicolette. The password is Chad.
Okay. So there's a message here from Chad thanking Nicolette for her help with Silhouette, but there has been a raid on the catacombs. Well, that's too bad for Chad, though still we did help him out, so he should be alright. And a message from Beth. It seems like the last thing that Beth did was consult with Morgan Everett. If you take into account the timeline when Nicolette says that the last time she used this computer was before she was killed, well, that email would have to be sent when she was alive, obviously. So it seems like if we place the timeline there, she was with Everett pretty soon before she died.
You will find no one to help you here. As DuClare has been ascended and placed in cryonic storage.
Icarus being as cold and ruthless as ever, though he is a machine, of course. So you would expect that sort of personality, I guess. Not that robots have personality, but here we go. Beth's bedroom key. So we can use that to unlock her door, which is...
A good place to start would be my mom's bedroom, upstairs.
Upstairs. That's right. Let's go.
A secret room in the upper part of the house would have been very difficult to conceal. Look for clues in Beth's room. I bet she had a quick way to get to the cellar. What are you looking for?
Seems like Icarus is getting a bit angry.
I think my mother kept a room key behind a little vase up here.
Yep, here it is. But it's okay, because we already got the one from downstairs.
My mom's room. And look, her favorite painting. I can't believe the assassins didn't take it. Oh, the hours she would spend just sitting at that table and staring up at her priceless treasure.
Well, that is a not too subtle hint from Nicolette there. And the brackets around the picture are even less subtle. So we want to put a reload modification on the shotgun for sure. Dear Nicolette, at some point it may become necessary for you to access my private records and perhaps to do what you think is best given the circumstances of my absence. You must understand how much I care for you, and if I've not always done what might be considered right, I've always done what I thought best for you and the others I've cared about. It is a cold heart that does not have some regrets. This is all I can leave to you. Everything else I have already given. I love you, my daughter, and I trust you will make me proud. I am only sorry that I am not here to see it. So it seems like Beth knew that she was going to be killed off. She kind of sends that message in the guise of just being absent. But I get the feeling that she knew she was going to be killed off and that she's actually speaking in like a double entendre, but it could be interpreted either way, I guess. More Jacob's Shadow. Alright, let me have a drink of coffee here. Okay. Chapter 27. It was late when he got back. Everything black and quiet. Jacob killed the lights but didn't take the key out of the ignition. He reached into his pocket and took out a little box with an LCD display. Thumbed a button and the radio transceiver captured the last few hours worth of motion sensor logs from the building. He'd done some favours for friends in the shop, or whatever it was they were calling it this week, and they'd installed it to spec for him. As he walked to the door, he was still arranging all the pieces in his head. Sure way to get his ass taken down, but he couldn't help it. Something was missing, didn't fit. Ali hunched over the bathroom, that needle dangling from between her toes. Katsuya shifting $500,000 yen before the currency market closed. The radio station Samuel had turned him on to, the one with the little girl repeating all those numbers in sequence, and somewhere in the middle. Jacob stopped, looking up at the night sky. He'd been assuming that there were two sides to this game, and both were playing to win. But what if there was someone else, and they wanted to see both sides lose? Now, if you'll allow me to speculate here, if we take Jacob's Shadow, this chapter at least, into account, that last sentence, both sides playing to win, but one wanting to see both lose. If we say that the two sides wanting to win are the Illuminati and Bob Page and Walton Simons, whatever faction they're talking about, Majestic 12, that's right, think I'd remember their name by now. If Majestic 12 and the Illuminati are fighting against each other, then who's wanting to see both sides lose? It's not JC, is it? Because, well, he wants the Illuminati to win, we're assuming, if he's siding with Chateau.
My little prison for 18 years.
So, who wants to see them lose? Icarus, maybe? What about Daedalus? Who knows?
I wanted to be in the city, but I guess Mom thought it was easier to keep her activities secret in the country.
We still don't really know the story behind Daedalus, and even Icarus, who we've just begun to get messages from. So maybe they have higher motives than what they're letting on. Richard 3. Lord, Lord, methought, what pain it was to drown, what dreadful noise of waters in mine ears, what ugly sights of death within mine eyes. Methought I saw 1,000 fearful wrecks, 10,000 men that fishers gnawed upon, wedges of gold, great anchors, heaps of pearl, inestimable stones, unvalued jewels, all scattered in the bottom of the sea. Some lay dead in men's skulls, and in those holes where eyes did once inhabit, there were crept, as 'twere in scorn of eyes, reflecting gems, which wooed the slimy bottom of the deep, and mocked the dead bones that lay scattered by. Beth, perhaps? Macbeth, even. But let's not start getting too extra textual. Or even intertextual. Let's just try and keep our minds focused.
In France, the gentry keep their wine in a small cellar to preserve the flavor from heat and sunlight.
Chateau giving us helpful life facts, as always. This is why we keep him around, obviously. So there's not a very subtle switch on the door here, on the wall I should say, which opens it up.
An old bunker built during World War II by the previous owner to hide Jewish families. The DuClares acquired the property after the Nazis sent it to a camp in Germany. Strange. I'm picking up heavy-duty fiber optic activity down here.
Well,
What's
Tong,
this? A dungeon?
Well, Tong, we are searching for a secret computer room, so I would expect there to be some electronic activity happening down here. And Nicolette has a bit of a freak out when you try and break these boards.
That's not funny.
Yep. Not sure why she does that, but there you go.
Stop goofing around.
Some kind of giant routing station. Not on any telecom map I've ever seen. Petabytes of transmission. Beth DuClare's probably used it to analyze net traffic.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, indeed. So we'll put the accuracy on the sniper. And this augmentation we will put on Cloak. So now I'm pretty sure that Cloak is upgraded Yes. So, with the power
I have no idea.
with the power recirculator and the max level of cloak, we should be able to get quite a longevity out of it. So we picked up more flare darts. I guess I'll show what those do. I forget what the hotkey is for changing ammo, so we're going to do it here. So show off these flare darts. So we'll find somewhere dark. They're really kind of pointless, but I suppose this would be dark. There you go. And it creates a little bit of a portable light, and then you can pick it back up. I'm not sure if it has a time limit or not. Like, if the flare wears out, and then you've got to... If you pick it up after the flare wears out, if it just turns into a normal dart. I'm not sure about any of that, so I'm not going to give you any facts before I actually know for sure if that happens. So we'll just put the tranquilizer darts back in, and we'll have a look on this secret Illuminati computer. Good stuff. So we got the code before, DuClare and Nico_Angel. Transmit meeting signal, and we also have an email from Morgan Everett. Right, so the Everett talks here about the Aquinas Protocol, and I'm pretty sure we've heard about that already from Bob Page himself, and even maybe what was his name? Lebedev. I think he mentions it, but I can't remember. But essentially what the Aquinas Protocol is it's a surveillance code that allows for the Echelon 4 system to function. And, well, we heard about that earlier last episode, didn't we? When one of the MJ-12 troops talked about it. And essentially, UNATCO, under the direction of Walton Simons, is able to have a mass communication and surveillance system operating pretty much everywhere in the world. And he is able to do this because of the Aquinas Protocol, which was designed by Bob Page and Morgan Everett when they were both colleagues of the Illuminati. So there you go, there's a bit of history for you.
My mother and I were no longer speaking at the time of her death.
That is unfortunate.
So you found Beth's computer. We are destined to meet, perhaps. If you are truly our ally, you will help me access the MJ-12 computer network and complete the Grey Death vaccine. Find Nicolette. You will need her key in order to exit through the crypt. I will be directing you to a nearby cathedral.
What is it?
A transmission from Morgan Everett. He wants me to go out the back way through the crypt to a nearby cathedral.
The Cathedral of the Knights Templar?
He didn't say. I'm supposed to access the Majestic 12 computer network.
Yes, Majestic 12 controls the place now. They kill the Knights for their gold reserves. Everett must want you to sneak to that part of town through the sewers that connect to our property.
I thought the Templars vanished centuries ago.
They invented the modern banking system and were its directors, under one name or another, until Majestic 12 took over.
He said you had a key.
Yes, here it is. The crypt is in the maze behind the chateau. Listen to Everett. He is right to want to avenge the Templars.
Yeah, so, this is... Oh, shit, that's no good. Hold on a sec, I'll open it back up. Oh, you can do it yourself. Good stuff. Yeah, so, here, Nicolette and Everett mentioned the Templars, and the Templars will have a bigger role in the next game, Invisible War, but we don't talk about Invisible War. So, just before we go, there is one thing I want to check out, because I think I forgot to do something. Nicolette's on her way, she's just a bit slow. But I do want to re-examine her room because I missed something in here. Now, you might find it a bit suspicious. That Nicolette has a human skull in her bedroom. Well, that is because it is a secret switch, and even stranger, she has military equipment and drugs in her bedroom. So Beth raised a bit of a problem child here. We have no use for the Zyme or the Thermoptic Camo, but this clip mod will do very nicely, and we will put that on the shotgun. Okay, so now we're off to the Cathedral of the Templars, which can be accessed through the back way. Yes.
Mom and Everett used to sit out here sipping martinis and plotting to take over the world. That's how we all got in this mess.
Exit the DuClare estate through the crypt at the end of the maze. The system I need you to access is inside a cathedral that belonged to the Knights Templar until MJ-12 slaughtered the Knights for the gold reserves.
I'm going to stay to go through some of my mother's things. Good luck.
Look out, JC. I'm picking up heat signatures in the sewers. I think somebody's expecting you.
Slice. It's him. Terminating now. Running search now.
Jock's warning comes a little too quickly, or a little too late I should say. So there's a little bit of a cemetery back here, but we've had our fill of cemeteries for the moment. I mean, Stanton Dowd lived in one, for God's sake. And just looking around for items, it doesn't seem to be anything. Okay, let's go. Because God knows I really wanted to leave this opulent chateau in favour of more fucking sewers. So, whoop-de-doo, let's get on it.